Okay, so if you've been working anywhere near the world of AI, you've probably felt it, this sense of professional whiplash. The skills that you need to succeed have been completely transformed, not over a decade, but in just the last 3 years. It's happening so fast, it can make you wonder if what you're learning today is already obsolete, and what skills, what human skills, are actually going to last. Just let that quote sink in for a second. It really captures a critical truth here. AI is evolving faster than maybe any other field in history. The skills that made you a top tier expert just a year or two ago are quickly becoming just the baseline, or in some cases, they're disappearing altogether. So, how do we make sense of all this chaos? Well, I think it helps to break it down into three pretty distinct eras of AI work. Understanding these phases is so important for figuring out what you should be learning now, and just as crucially, what you can probably stop focusing on. Here's the trajectory in a nutshell. We kick things off with the prompt engineer, which then grew into the workflow designer, and now, right now, we are stepping into the era of the multi-agent orchestrator. Each phase kind of built on the last one, but it also totally changed the core skills you needed to win. Oh man, remember this. Back in 2023, the hottest skill on the planet was prompt engineering. It really was like an art form, knowing the perfect words, the exact tone, the right format to get a brilliant result from the AI. Companies were hiring for it, people were writing books about it, and then in about 18 months, the AI models themselves just got so much better at understanding plain English that the need for a specialized prompt poet basically vanished. It just became table stakes. So as the magic of that single perfect prompt started to wear off, the work evolved. Phase two was all about building systems. It wasn't about one prompt anymore, but a whole chain of AI steps all linked together. Using tools like Zapier or Make, professionals became workflow designers. And look, this is still a super valuable skill, but its half-life is shrinking fast, mainly because AI agents are now starting to design their own workflows. And that brings us right up to today, phase three, the agent orchestrator. And this is where we see a huge shift in what our job is. The work is no longer about doing all the little tasks yourself, but about supervising a team of AI agents that do the work for you. It's about being a conductor, coordinating multiple specialist AIs, and weaving their outputs together into one final coherent result. So what does this actually look like in the real world? All this theory is fine, but let's make it practical. We can take a super simple everyday task to see how it's changed, just responding to an email. This table just lays it all out, doesn't it? In phase one, your most important skill was phrasing. You were a wordsmith. In phase two, it shifted to system design. You are an architect. But now in phase three, your most valuable contribution is judgment. You just forward an email to an agent, you watch what it's doing, and you only step in when it looks like it's about to make a mistake. Your value has moved from pure execution up to high-level oversight. Okay, and this is where it gets really, really important, especially for experienced professionals. Because while the specific AI tools are changing at this dizzying pace, there are these foundational skills that aren't just surviving, they're actually becoming more and more valuable. Think of it like this. On one side, you've got these depreciating skills, like mastering one specific tool that might be totally irrelevant in a year. It's like a melting ice cube. On the other side, you have compounding meta skills. These are the human abilities that actually get better with experience, and they apply to every single phase of this AI evolution. And here they are. These are your superpowers: judgment, communication, integration, taste, and context awareness. These are the skills you've spent a lifetime building. An AI agent might be able to draft a technically perfect email, but your taste tells you it's a little too cold for this specific client. An agent can follow a workflow, but your context awareness helps it understand the unspoken politics of a situation. You can't learn this in a weekend boot camp. This is your real advantage. So, okay, given this breakneck pace of evolution, what should you be focusing on right now? Where should you put your time and your energy to make sure you stay ahead of the curve? Well, to figure out where to focus now, it really helps to look at where this is all going. We can already see a speculative phase four on the horizon, one where our role becomes even more strategic, where you're not just supervising individual agents, but entire autonomous teams of them. And that just doubles down on this idea that the tactical, tool-based skills are fleeting. 18 months. Just let that number sit for a second. According to some estimates, that's the average shelf life of a specific tool-based AI skill right now. If you invest all your time in mastering something that's already on its way out, you're falling into a trap. The only way to win this game is through continuous relearning, guided by the right principles. So, how do you deal with this disorienting speed? You have to anchor yourself to the things that are constant. You've got to stop chasing the variables and start building on your constants. I want you to remember this. If you remember one thing, make it this. Judgment is the constant. Your ability to see the big picture, to guide, to know what good actually looks like, that is your anchor. The tools? They're the variable. They will always, always change. Focus your energy on learning how to apply your timeless skills to whatever new tools come along. And that brings me to the final thought I want to leave you with. I want you to really think about this. What is the single most durable skill you have built over your entire working life? Is it your ability to manage complex projects? Is it client communication, strategic planning? Now, how does that specific skill apply directly to supervising and orchestrating AI agents today? Because mapping your lifetime of expertise onto these new tools, that is the real work ahead of you.